What's up, guys? Are y'all ready for some football? Preseason kicks off on Monday, and who knows when VeVe's going to drop that NFLPA license on us, so it wouldn't hurt to start thinking about which players and which teams to look for whenever the drops come and to know what to expect. Before we get into that, though, let me go over my drop results for this weekend. We had, four drops, but I was only able to get one of those. That was the Back to the Future poster, but I did get number 628, I think, and I wasn't able to get the other three. And I think what happened was I started putting stuff in my vault for the first time. I really don't do that very much because it's kind of hard to do. But recently I've been putting some stuff in there, and I didn't remove my downloaded files from the app. And I've done a side-by-side comparison in the past of how your app runs when you don't remove your downloaded files and when you do, and it's definitely a lot faster when you remove them. So I'm going to put up here, show you how to do it real quick. And like I've told people before, as soon as the drop's over, you can just click one button, download them all back, and they'll all be in the same position in your vault. So I think that's what was slowing me down this weekend, and that's an important tip that you need to do before drop day. Alright guys, with the NFL season approaching, I looked into the NFL license a little closer to see what we can expect to see on the VeVe app in the future. And you can see here where it actually tells you that there are over 2,000 current NFL players that come with this license. And it's important to note that they're current players. You're not going to see players from the past, players that are playing right now. And it's also important to note the line here that says the group license is for 6 or more players. So you're not just going to get like Tom Brady, Mahomes, and that's it. You're going to get at least 6 players with this license. Hopefully they're going to be coming with the blind boxes, and we're going to get thousands of players. Like they said, there's 2,000 available. But it says here also that what comes with the license is the name, the number, and the likeness of the player, which is kind of what we expected. I kind of expect to see the Todd McFarlane style figurines on the VeVe app. And with those 3 aspects, you can also use these NFTs to play fantasy football in the future. When asking around in like the Discord if people think we're going to be able to play fantasy football on the app with these, the main response I get is whether we're given that feature or not, we can always come up with a way creatively to play fantasy football with our NFTs. So that's going to be interesting to see how we use those in the future to play fantasy football. Also, you can see here on the NFL license that it's noted that the signature and voice of the players is also included, which gives you some ideas of some of the maybe ultra rares that they could release, maybe an autographed ultra rare that comes with the player's signature on it, or even something that you can't find in the world of baseball cards, but an ultra rare with the player's voice on it. That'd be really cool. Alright guys, I thought I'd take a minute to point out some of the stars in the NFL right now. A few of them I'm sure you know. Of course, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes probably, and Aaron Rodgers are all future Hall of Famers. But there are also a lot of big stars in the NFL that you might not know if you haven't been paying attention lately. So one of them in particular is Aaron Donald. He's a defensive tackle for the Los Angeles Rams, and he's considered one of the best defensive players in the NFL. He's pretty much one of the top 5 players in the NFL, and I would say a lot of people don't know his name, but if his NFT pops up and you have to choose between him and somebody you never heard of, Aaron Donald's definitely a big name to go for. Some of the other big quarterback names in the league right now are Russell Wilson, who plays for the Seattle Seahawks, which has been a pretty strong team recently. Deshaun Watson, he plays for the Houston Texans. And then my personal favorite quarterback in the league right now is Lamar Jackson, who comes from University of Louisville, and he plays for the Ravens right now. He's got a strong arm, and he's really fast, and he's been really effective in the past few years. You can expect him to have a big year this year. Some other important names to know in the NFL are Travis Kelce, the tight end for the Chiefs, and you got Devontae Adams, who's a receiver for the Green Bay Packers. And the best 3 running backs in the league right now would probably be Derrick Henry for the Titans, Nick Chubb for the Browns, and Alvin Kamara for the Saints. So the difference between short-term and long-term collecting when it comes to sports collectibles: short-term, you want to go for players who are on teams that you expect to be in the playoffs or possibly win the championship that year. And long-term, you want to aim for rookies who you think are going to be stars in the future. So looking at the power rankings this year, you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady back at the top again. However, Brady's getting pretty old, and they just got a new quarterback who is a rookie who they plan to study under Tom Brady. And I personally don't see them going back to the Super Bowl again. Of course, I have to admit that I am biased. I'm not a big Tom Brady fan because I like the Colts and Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady always beat the Colts and Peyton Manning, so don't love Tom Brady. But number 2 in the power rankings is another one of my favorite teams, the Kansas City Chiefs, and they have one of the best quarterbacks in the league, Patrick Mahomes. So you can see them as being contenders for sure this year. You got the Green Bay Packers still rated really high in the power rankings. They still have Aaron Rodgers, but the word on the street is that Rodgers is really upset about Packers drafting a quarterback, not this year, but last year, and that he's possibly looking to move to a different team. So I'm not sure if they're going to be the powerhouse that people expect this year, but the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens are also really strong teams. In terms of rookies this year, the first 3 draft picks were all quarterbacks. You got Trevor Lawrence from Clemson, Zach Wilson from Brigham Young, and Troy Lance from North Dakota State. Now, all 3 of these guys are considered the 3 best players in the draft, but they're also quarterbacks who aren't going to start their first season. So, although they're good picks to hold long term, you can't expect a lot of productivity out of them right out of the gate. There are some high draft pick rookies, though, that you could possibly see NFTs of on VeVe that will get playing time right out of the gate the first year, and you may be able to make short-term profits off of them if they're able to be productive. Jamar Chase is a wide receiver out of LSU who went to the Cincinnati Bengals, which is not a very strong team right now, and they need receivers. He's probably going to get the start really early, and he could end up being really productive. And if you pick him up and people have never heard of him, you get him for cheap, and then he ends up blowing up and being the rookie of the year or one of the strongest receivers in the league. That NFT is going to be worth a lot of money. Another rookie wide receiver to keep an eye on is Devontae Smith, who went to the Philadelphia Eagles with the 10th pick. He's going to get playing time this year. And then you have Jalen Waddle, who went to the Dolphins and is a quarterback who might actually start this year. So that's a couple players that you want to keep an eye on. And whenever those NFTs come out and you have a lot to choose from, these are some of the names you want to go for. Alright guys, no drops on VeVe this week, but there is a really cool giveaway going on by The Comic Way. My buddy Dozer is giving away a couple physical comic books to go along with your NFTs, which is really nice. So I'll put the link in the description there. And also, this channel has almost reached 2,000 subscribers. So like I've said in the past, once we hit 2,000, we'll do Big O giveaway number 3. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen a Big O giveaway in the past, basically I just collect donations from all the subscribers. They donate any NFTs that they want to, and then at the end we just give them all away. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button so we can get closer to 2K. And I also want to give a big shout out to some of my subscribers who got big drops this weekend and decided to send me cool donations. That was really awesome. Alright guys, the NFL season kicks off on September 9th. Ironically, that's a Thursday, maybe the perfect day for the first NFL drop, so you might want to start paying attention to SportsCenter or watching a couple preseason games to see what kind of players you want to go for when they hit VeVe. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See y'all next time. Bye-bye.